Are you curious as to what guns you should invest in here in the Hunter Call of the Wild? Well, here in today's video, we are going to be counting down the top 5 best rifles here in the Hunter Call of the Wild, going into 2026, with all of the current in-game DLC. I will be letting you know what DLC you can get each of these weapons from, and we're out here in the beautiful map of Hirschfelden today, so that way we can go over to the shooting range and test them all out. So without further ado, my friends, let's go ahead and dive right into it. Alrighty folks, so coming in at number 1 here on our list today is going to be the Maliber 7mm. Now if you don't want to buy the DLC, you can also use the in-game 7mm, which is just unlocked throughout the in-game store. If you head to the store here, head to rifles, you'll see we have the 7mm Empress and the 7mm Regent, and the only differences with these is they are single shots. It's the exact same caliber, 7mm Magnum, the caliber that I use IRL, and one of my absolute favorite calibers in the game. Now the reason for this is because I can take this gun to the mountains of a ski ridge and lift a bighorn right off of his feet with it, quite literally. And then 5 minutes later, I can turn around and shoot a bison, which makes this gun so versatile. Despite the fact that it only has 3 rounds in its mag, the 7mm Magnum is such an absolute tank of a gun. It's extremely accurate. I've shot several great ones with this weapon with no issues whatsoever. In fact, my most recent one, I shot my great one Wolf with the 7mm single shot. We got some targets up here at 150. Let's see if we can get a couple bullseyes. That's number 1. A little bit low there. And that was dead center right there, boys. Now, realistically, we do have unlimited ammo, so we can just keep shooting. But that is not how it works when you're outside of the shooting range here. You only do have 3 rounds. It is much slower. And then you are going to have to reload. Beautiful reload animation, by the way. Now, the 7mm is actually a gun that could replace your typical 4-8, as it is a 4-9. Now, a 4-8 rifle would be something more common like the 308, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit, 30-06, or your common deer rifle. And the reason that I think that this rifle is arguably better is because of the fact that it's just so much more powerful. I mean, it's going to do way better job on those red deer. It's literally going to completely decimate whitetail, blacktail, mule deer. I shot a mule deer great one with this, no issues whatsoever. So yeah, the 7mm is definitely a very strong suggestion, and you can find this beautiful weapon in the Hunter Power Pack DLC, which also comes with a 308 bolt action, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit, and the biggest bolt action in the entire game, but the recoil is, expectedly, is that a word? Expectedly very high, the 338. I will leave the link to that down in the description below. Okay guys, so next here on our list is going to be one of the newest guns in the Hunter Call of the Wild, the Frost 257. Now this is a class 2-6 rifle, meaning you can shoot raccoons with this, you can shoot foxes with this, and you can turn around and you can shoot a whitetail with it. Now in case you didn't learn anything from the last gun here on our list, any gun with that much versatility is going to be an absolute monster for its lower classes. For example, raccoon dogs in Selzowiesen Park. I cannot tell you the amount that I've literally hit in the foot and they drop instantly. Or the amount that I've even hit in the intestines literally lifts them off of their feet, no exaggeration. The 257, if you're going to be planning on doing any raccoon dog hunting, fox hunting, or if you just want to have it on you, in case something runs across your screen, this gun will roll them, no matter where you hit them at. It's super accurate, it's a pump action, I believe it has 4 rounds chambered, yes it does, we're going to shoot out here just so it's more realistic. No sense in having unlimited ammo. See how fast we can shoot it. Not bad. If I back up into here, we were relatively accurate. I think the last shot was way to the right though. And also, considering that this is a 2-6 rifle, this is basically the 243 on steroids. Meaning that you're going to be using this gun for your roe deer, for your musk deer, or any of those class 3 deer species, or the smaller deer species in general. Heck, you can shoot a whitetail with it. I've shot a great one whitetail with this gun. It just takes it a second to drop. The 257 is such a good gun. This is in my main loadout. No matter where I go, I always have this on me. And you can find the 257 in the Pump Flip and Fire DLC, along with the folding shotgun, and also the 22 mag, which may or may not be on our list today as well. So 2 weapons from the same DLC, multiple times. If this tells you anything so far, the Hunter Power Pack and the Pump Flip and Fire DLC are both very, very strong suggestions. Did this just turn into a DLC guide? I don't even know at this point, guys. This is just another banger Squidster video, bro. Okay, and the next on our list today is going to be the 22 mag. As you probably could have guessed, yes, the same one from the same DLC as the last weapon here on today's list. Now this is as low down as we're gonna get. If you're waiting for bigger guns, you can just skip over this. This is for our class 1 and 2 hunters. So for our duck hunters, rabbit hunters, this is your best friend. The 22 mag is pretty much everything you'd expect a 22 to be here in the Hunter Call of the Wild. If you've been using the variant 22, it's very similar. It has 10 rounds. You can equip the Odin on it. Along with all the other guns I showed today, the Odin is just the scope that I use for every gun. And literally the only difference between this and the normal 22 is you can shoot class 2 species with it. So you can actually shoot coons with this, but I mean, if you're going coon hunting, you might as well just bring the 257 with you. It's going to do a much better job, trust me. But still, I mean, this gun is really cool. This is the gun I always bring with me when I'm rabbit hunting, when I'm duck hunting. I've shot rare and diamond wood ducks with this, countless diamond waterfowl with this gun. It's an amazing gun. I mean, 10 round mag, it shoots pretty dang fast. Actually, it's not a mag, it's loaded from the top. I have a 22 very similar to this IRL. You guys will see, hold on. Doesn't shoot very fast, but alright, there we go. Now watch this reload animation. Pulls the thing out, and then drops them in. Now I think mine in real life only holds 3, but this gun would probably be very expensive in real life, so yeah, that is a very cool animation. I love it. So yeah, pretty much this gun is going to do everything that you would expect a 22 to do. It's the best 22 in the game. If you want to upgrade from the variant we've been using for like the last 6 years, then I would definitely strongly suggest investing in the Pump, Flip, and Fire DLC. Alright guys, now it's starting to get good here on the list. Now for this specific caliber, I'm gonna have to drag out several weapons because I literally cannot choose between them. They're all that good. Now if you want to save money here, the very first weapon that I would recommend, if you are gonna buy the Malamar 7mm, which came in the Hunter Power Pack, so that way you can get 2 weapons with 1 DLC, is going to be the Olsen Model 23-308. Now you get this gun along with the Malamar 7mm once again. When you buy it, I have this beautiful camo on there. Look at that gun. That gun is so sick. But you can also find this gun in the form of an AK. You can find it in the form of an AR. And I think that's it. I think that's it that I remember. But still, there's 3 options here. That is crazy. In case you can't tell, the 308 is arguably the most popular caliber in the Hunter Call of the Wild. So, what are the differences between these 3 weapons? Go ahead and drag them all out into my inventory here. Now, starting with the bolt action form, the Olsen here, as you would expect, it has 1 less round than our AK or SKS, whatever you want to say, and our AR form here. Now, I personally prefer the bolt action version of any of the guns in the game just because I like bolt actions. I use bolt actions in real life. They're smooth. It's kind of a challenge to have 1 less shot. And I mean, I used the semi-automatic rifles for an unexplainably long amount of time right when they first came out. So I like changing it up every now and then. And not to mention, there's nothing better than pulling the trigger and then hearing him slide that bolt back and push it back down, man. Such a satisfying sound. The recoil is actually going to be quite a lot more with the bolt action, which makes it even more of a challenge. And you got the beautiful reload animation, classic bolt action. Statistically, it's a 4-8 rifle. They're all going to do the exact same thing. It's the same caliber. It's just a matter of how it's being launched throughout that tube. And as I mentioned, I'm going to say this a 3rd time. There's still going to be someone down there asking me where they can find the Olsen. You can find the Olsen 308 in the same DLC as the Malamar 7mm, and that is the Hunter Power Pack. Now, moving on to the Perry 308 here. This gun is relatively new. This is a 5-round semi-automatic 308, and as you're going to notice, there is substantially less recoil. And if you really want to, got that beautiful classic reload animation there. Very smooth. She shoots really fast. Now, I haven't put a custom camo on this one. I don't really use the gun that much, to be fully honest with you. But it is a very good choice if you like the aesthetics of it. Like I said, I kind of lean more towards bolt actions here in the game. That's just my personal preference. Now, you can find the Perry 308 in the Rapid Hunt Rifle Pack, and I'm going to run back to the storage here real quick, because I want to show you guys what else you get. So in the Rapid Hunt Rifle Pack, you're also going to get a semi-automatic 5-round 30-06. I had to show you guys this. An '06 is a big gun, really good gun. If I am going to use a weapon out of this DLC, usually it'll be the '06, but the 308 is our caliber on number 2 here on today's list. so unfortunately this guy just didn't make our list. Definitely a very good honorable mention though. You are going to get him for free with a DLC, or not for free, but along with the 308 that you're mainly paying for. And also, you guys remember the Frost 257 I told you guys about earlier? How it was a 2-6? Well, you're also going to get a 7.62x39, which yes, is actually the AK-47 caliber. 5 rounds, semi-automatic 2-7 rifle, so it's one class bigger than the 257. But for whatever reason, I find the 257 to just be more powerful in general. It rolls the foxes and whatnot way better. But this one will definitely work. I use the Quist Reaper as my main 2-7 rifle before the pump flip and fire pack even came out. But anyways, I just wanted to show you guys what else comes in the pack. And then lastly, we have the most popular gun in the Hunter Call of the Wild. I've shot like 6 great ones with this gun. I've probably shot 50,000 animals with it. I shot over 20,000 fallow deer with it. No exaggeration whatsoever. My first grind took me 7 months, 8,300 kills. This is the 5-round semi-automatic Zarza 308, a 308 AR. Doesn't get any better than that. Like I said, it's the same caliber, so it pretty much does the exact same thing, but I think this one has the least recoil out of all of them. Barely any recoil at all. Such a good gun. This is like the grinder's dream here. Look at that beautiful camo I got on there as well. I actually got the matching camo on my 300 AR, which yes, does exist in case you didn't know. And you can find this in the Modern Rifles Hunting DLC. You're also going to get a 223 5-round semi-automatic AR, and just your standard 22 10-round AR. It's not a 22 mag, so you can only shoot the class 1 species with it, but if you're just planning on duck hunting or rabbit hunting, it will still lift them off with their feet. Now lastly, for the 308 caliber, you guys might be wondering, why did I put the 308 over the 7mm? The 7mm is a 4-9 rifle, and the 308 is a 4-8 rifle. Well, the reason I did this is because of the fact that for beginner players, having 5 rounds in your magazine is going to be much more beginner friendly. Now, if you're okay with only having 3 rounds, that is if you buy the DLC version of the 7mm, if you buy the in-game version, you're only going to get a single shot. It's a break barrel. Then I would definitely suggest the 7mm as a caliber over the 308. 99% of the time, I end up using the Malamer, just because my aim is at least halfway decent. I still have Squidster aim, that's never going to change, but I just wanted to let you guys know in case you've been playing for a while and you're just looking for a really, really good deer gun. The Malamer is probably the best deer gun, or deer caliber in the entire game. Like for the whitetail and for the bighorn rams, with the bighorn, it literally lifts them off of their feet. Just go watch one of my bighorn hunting videos. I always use the 7 mag. Alright, and then coming in at number 1 here on our list as the best caliber here in the Hunter Call of the Wild is going to be the 300 Magnum. We only need 2 guns for this one, the 300 AR and the OG 300 Caning Magnum. Now, you guys are going to call me crazy, but lately, honestly, I've been using the 300 Caning Magnum more just because I've been using the 300 AR for, well, as my main gun since they released it, which is well over a year ago at this point, I think. Now, statistically, these 2 guns are the exact same. They're both 7-9 rifles. These are going to be your go-to guns for shooting moose, for shooting black bear. I use this gun all the time on my black bear grind. As you see, I have the matching camo as my Zarza 308 AR. So starting with the 300 AR, I'm going to show you guys the recoil on that. Not too bad at all. It didn't even get above this level, or this number 5 here. If we switch to the 300 bolt action, 0 to 150. I think we aimed at the number 3, right? Yeah, you can see the difference. We were all the way up here, guys. Let's shoot one more. So yeah, that's the difference between the two. The 300 is a giant gun. It's to be expected that it's going to have a lot of recoil, but the fact that it's that much of a difference just shows how big of a deal having the 300 AR is. Now, the 300 bolt action comes with the Yukon Valley DLC, and the 300 AR, the Arzina is what it's called, comes in the high caliber weapon pack, along with 2 other guns. I can't remember the other 2, you guys are just gonna have to go look at the DLC. But hey, if this video helped you guys out, if you learned anything at all today, I had a lot of fun making it. I always like to come out here and shoot some guns. Such an underrated part of Call of the Wild. If you don't know what gun to put in your loadout today, literally just come out to Hirschfelden and try some out. You have unlimited ammo, it's not like you're gonna be wasting ammo. The shooting range is absolutely ridiculous. Look how far down it goes, that's crazy. So yeah, top 5 best weapons in the Hunter Call of the Wild. In my strict opinion, 99% of the people that watch my videos would agree with me though, so as always, thank you guys all so much for watching. My name is Squid, you're watching Squidster Outdoors, and we'll catch you guys in the next banger. Peace out, my gamers.